How do you handle disappointment? Hi, it's Bill. This is Creative License, and thank you again for checking out my little dog and pony show. Brought to you by Electro Voice, DJ Event Planner, Disc Jockey News, Perfect Portals, promo only, and of course, the entertainment experience, my workshop. You want to know more? Reach out to me so I can tell you more. Got one coming up in October in London and in November in England. Anyhow, disappointment. It is something that shows up for us quite a lot as business owners. And if you're a performer, even more so. The disappointment of nobody booking you for a certain date. The disappointment of someone just saying no when they called and they asked you about it and they seemed like they were excited. How about just the disappointment of the party not going the way you want it to? Or the song you played not being the banger you wanted to? Or your vehicle not starting? I mean, the world is filled with disappointment after disappointment after disappointment. I mean, geez. No wonder people are so down so often. But, you know, I can't tell you that it's going to stop. I can't tell you that you're no longer going to be disappointed. What I can tell you is that you can control how you deal with that disappointment. You could rename it as a learning experience, right? Or an adventure. Or just, it is what it is. I used to hate that statement. It is what it is. But the truth of it is that's the truth. Your car doesn't start. Well, that means what? You have a crappy car? You don't have enough money for a great car? You haven't been able to get it fixed? You don't know anything about cars. There's all kinds of things that show up that says that you suck. Right? Because of this disappointment. They didn't book you for that gig. Why? Because, well, it must be because I suck. Or it must be because somebody said I suck. Or they think I suck. I mean, rejection and disappointment are just ways of life. And if we can let go of the fact that a rejection or a disappointment means anything except for it is what it is, then our life is so much easier. I mean, really, it's hard enough to get said no to than to then make it mean that you're not good enough at what you do. Or your boat doesn't start. That's one for me. And it means, well, I should have known a boat in the first place. I'm not a tech guy. I'm not a motor guy. I really suck at that kind of stuff. That's what I make that mean. Not that it just was what it was. Then my motor stopped. And it didn't get started. And there's nothing I can do about that. Except I can control exactly how I handle it. So what are you doing to control, or rather to handle those disappointments? Because it's those disappointments that get you to the successes. If you had nothing but success, then somewhere in there you decide with those successes there were disappointments in those successes. And I know a lot of people that do that. I was successful, but I'm not as much successful as I should be. So oftentimes, those people are the most unhappy. That's not good. That doesn't help you. It doesn't help anybody around you, and it doesn't help you to move forward. So just remember, that sort of thing is destructive. And you're now creating it because you took a disappointment and you decided it meant that you weren't good enough. So that leads to I'm stopping, or I'm quitting, or I'm giving up. And the people that move forward are the ones that don't give up, regardless of what happens. Because a disappointment or a failure or a rejection is just something that happened. That's it. That's all. Doesn't mean anything. I promise you. And when you can really wrap your brain around that, then it's never a problem. So enjoy your disappointments. Don't worry about your rejections. They're just things that happen. Because as often as things that happen feel negative, they can also be created as positive. That's your power. That's your superpower. So what do you think of this? Write down your comments below. Tell me about your disappointments, or tell me how you've reframed them so that you can move forward. Because it was just a thing that happened, and it is what it is.